Okay, quick review of the Topeak Explorer rack. Well, not a review, more first impressions. I've had this on my bike for about a week now. There's my old rack. It broke. A lot of good service from this rack, no problems with it right up until it broke, so I have nothing bad to say about it. It's just old, it's aluminum. It's been jerked around on a little bit, and every time you bend the metal, you bend it back, it gets stiffer, eventually it gets too brittle and breaks, and that's what's happened there. You can tell just by looking at these two racks, the Topeak is a lot beefier. And so part of that is because there's just more metal on the Topeak, even though they're both rated to hold the same load, the 55 pounds, which is, I think some European standard, maybe German, I don't know. But I would have no reservations about putting a lot more weight on this Topeak than I ever did on this one, and certainly I've had 55 pounds on that one. I'm sure this Topeak could easily handle 65 or 70 pounds. So it's not got as much metal as it looks because those cross pieces and down pieces and struts are hollow. That's the tubular in the tubular rack name. So that gives it a little more structural rigidity without as much material as you would think. But it is heavier. I just weighed them. This rack weighed about 489 grams. This one weighs about 755. Now, that could be lighter. I already switched out the light because I wanted to see if the mount would work. I forgot to take the mount off before you can tell that mount's not new. I forgot to take the mount off before I weighed it, so that's going to add a little weight too. And also, the fixture on these isn't necessarily designed for the classic style bike. And by classic style I mean that. Right? You can see my rack bosses are right there. This rack is more designed for a hybrid type of bike, especially the aluminum frame bikes where those pieces I just showed you are more in the shape of like a tuning fork or an upside down Y. And so the piece that the rack attaches to is basically just a single tube about the diameter of, say, your down tube or maybe even the seat post. And so the bolts where the attachment pieces go are about 1.5 inches apart. Now you can tell these bolts aren't exactly lined up front to back, right? Because there's about 3/8 inch of play in there, which is the only thing that lets me get this rack on. But for me, these attachment pieces are ridiculously long, right? I could cut 2/3 of that stuff off, and they're pretty beefy sheet metal strap, whatever you want to call it. So that's going to save many, many grams if I ever choose to do that. And actually, what I might do is just take the old pieces off my previous rack, and I think those would probably work perfectly, and they're a lot lighter, so I may do that. Haven't decided yet. So one of the things that always frustrates me about buying a rack, if I buy them online, or even if I buy them in the store because I don't have my panniers with me, is the exact measurements. I use kind of non-standard panniers. They're actually Army surplus molly pouches, but they're the perfect size, and I like the look. But it's always hard to figure out when I'm buying a rack if it's actually going to fit. So I thought what I'd do is actually give some measurements on this thing. It is from outside to outside. It's maybe a shade over 5.5 inches wide. Okay, from front to back. So if I measure from this rail to the back rail, okay, that's about I don't know, 12 5/8. a little over 12 and a half. Think of it that way. Okay. What else? This track here is maybe 2 3/4 inch wide. Okay. And if you want to know where the cross pieces are, okay, if I measure from the back to the center of this cross piece is about 5.5 inches, almost exactly, and all the way from the back to the center of this cross piece is about 10.5 inches. And if I measure from the top of this to the top of that weld, that's about 11 inches. Okay, and then I think from that you can figure out, and if you know that, you know where your pannier attachment is, and you know the width of your panniers, you can figure out, hey, is this thing going to work for me or not? I mean, hopefully at least. At any rate, you have more information than you did before. So, hope you find that useful.